A 13-year-old girl started her day looking forward to fun at Illinois' Raging Rivers Waterpark, only to have it end in sheer embarrassment.
We, as parents, now have to, undo the emotional damage that this, corporate company cost us.
All right, guys, this story was brought to my attention by a friend of mine, and I just thought that we should discuss it. It made me so upset. This is Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. Here's the story we're going to discuss. I'm going to play the full story for us, so let's watch the video together.
A 13-year-old girl started her day looking forward to fun at Illinois' Raging Rivers Waterpark, only to have it end in sheer embarrassment.
We, as parents, now have to, undo the emotional damage that this, corporate company cost us.
Let me stop you right there, fatty. The fact that your daughter is bigger than she should be is on you. It's not the amusement park's fault that your daughter is over the weight limit. But let's go on with the rest of the story.
Andrew Batten took his family to the popular amusement park, hoping to get on their newest ride, the Mississippi Monster. When they got to it, Batten says a worker then asked his 13-year-old daughter to hop on a scale in front of strangers.
And I looked at that, and I kind of looked at my wife, and the guy looked at us, and he was like, to my daughter, he was like, you need to step on the scale. She steps on the scale. And
strike two as a parent. If somebody were to tell your 13-year-old daughter to get on a scale in front of you and you thought that was going to be traumatic for her, that's your job as a parent to look at her and be like, you're not getting on that scale. Let's go ahead and get out of here. We all know you're over 200 pounds if you're an ounce. Let's get over this delusional body positivity and just be honest about the fact that there are dangers to a really big person going on a slide like that. You guys see what the slide looks like. She could have ended up like Augustus and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You remember when he got like stuck?
He's blocking all the chocolate.
Never mind. Let's just let him keep talking.
She's 205.
The ride has a 200-pound weight limit.
13 years old and 205? Me and the amusement park say too damn much.
To have a company be responsible for such a massive mental impact on my daughter it's tough.
You're responsible for the mental impact. I am not letting this father off the hook. He and his wife are responsible. Their daughter is 13 years old and 205 pounds. They're the ones that have allowed her to get to this unhealthy weight at 13 years old. So
a Raging River spokesperson told KMOV the decision was made to prioritize guest safety. But Batten says there were no signs indicating a weight limit.
I get the safety, but just communicate.
I read a bit of the article, not a bit of the article, I read the entire article. You know, articles always tell you more than a news story will tell you. And in the article, it even says that a spokesperson said that they actually do have signage at the bottom. So maybe she just wasn't paying attention. We all do that. We don't read all the time.
And that's exactly what Batten did. He posted about his family's experience at the park on Facebook and tagged the company in it.
By not being able to ride the brand new ride was definitely overshadowed by the public humiliation of being asked to step on a scale, and then further than that, being told you're overweight.
Did she not know she was overweight? If you're 205 pounds and 13 years old, you have to know you're overweight. Look at the rest of the kids in your school. Can we stop trying to act like this was her sobering moment? If it really was her sobering moment, this should be what tells her that she might want to start to watch what she's eating. And if you look on the bright side, she's only 5 pounds away from being able to get on that ride. Well, go 6 or 7, just so if there's a fluctuation or you haven't gone poop yet, you can still get on the ride.
Raging Rivers tells KMOV new water tubes for the Mississippi Monster slide are on the way so they can increase the ride's weight capacity. The family holds
Look at that family. Come on now. Can we not act like those are all big people? They all have the same eating habits. They're all living an unhealthy lifestyle. And really, all body shaming aside, that's something that they need to work on as a family. I am totally not on this family side.
season tickets to the park, but they say they will not be back anytime soon. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Stephanie Officer.
Then there's a part where he says that it was all over 5 pounds. You know, I really don't think it was over the 5 pounds. If you ask me, it was the 5 pounds being over the 200 pounds. The 200 pounds are the problem. I want you guys to look at this in a productive way.
If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
when I say you guys, I mean the family of this girl. Look at it in a productive way. It wasn't the 5 pounds that were the problem. It's the 200 pounds that led up to the extra 5 pounds that were the actual problem. So I'm not going to listen to this and act like it's a real thing. If you really do feel like something psychologically damaged your daughter,
What do you get when you guzzle down sweets?
she didn't turn into 205 from the walk from the parking lot to the Mississippi Monster.
Eating as much as an elephant eats.
That's not the way this all worked out. It says that a spokesperson for the park said the company's goal is never to embarrass anybody, before adding, but we must look out for their safety while visiting raging rivers. What's the problem? They're looking out for their safety. What if something had happened, and in all seriousness, something had happened and something had like either physically damaged or ended up, God forbid, killing their daughter on this particular ride? Would they be more happy with that because at least they spared her the embarrassment of having to get on a scale? This family is dumb. And I really feel like they're just angling for a lawsuit, because there's a point where the father says that we're going to have to be dealing with this in therapy for years to come. That's something you say when you're trying to sue people, because you're like, this caused me psychological damage. I have to get something out of this. What you should get is a life supply of Jenny Craig for you and your whole family. That's what you should get. Maybe some prepared meals or something. Even that they don't owe you. Like, you really should just work on it. You're like, I'm so tired of these people. Just work on it. Face the facts. Face the facts. This is something you and your family need to work on, your daughter included. Stop trying to turn this into everybody else's problem. Anyway, you guys can let me know what you guys think when you actually get a chance to check out this video. I know people are still mad at me for the last video, but I don't really care. Like, that's what people don't get, is I put my opinions out. People can either agree or disagree. People can like what I say or not like what I say, but I'm not really caught up on these things like that. And people will put in the comments things like, you're tripping. No, you're tripping. I just said something that was my opinion. You got upset about it. That's not me tripping. That's you tripping, boo.
I don't like the look of it.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. As always, this has been Ty Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world.